All right, here to discuss the penultimate episode of The Prisoner starring Patrick McGoohan. This will be a discussion about Once Upon a Time, which is episode number 16. We've only got one left. This was broadcast on January 25th, 1968. We have Ian McKern as number 2. He's returning. We saw him way back in Chimes of Big Ben. And as far as I'm concerned, I think he's the best number 2. He's just my personal favorite. So bringing him back, I just think is great. I love that he's back on the show. This episode was written and directed by Patrick McGoohan. And yes, there's been some weird episodes in this series, and we're going to go full bore to the weirdness. We have number 6. Well, number 2 returns. When we first see him, Rover's sitting in his chair, which is pretty wild to think that maybe number 2 himself is a prisoner. I mean, he's been brought back. He's got this plan to he had to get permission to even do this, which is he calls it degree absolute. So the idea is to use what do you call that, psychotherapy, right? He's going to specifically, what are they, memory regression or regressive therapy, where the therapist takes you back to your childhood and walks you through it. This was based on, let's see here, I did write a note down, The 7 Ages of Man from Shakespeare. But yeah, he goes to this, he basically goes underground with number 2 and the butler there that's been in every episode. And this is after they do the funky light thing on his head again, where they hypnotize him with the light, and it's bizarre, El Bizarro. The idea is to try to break number 6 down so he tells him why he resigned. Of course, that's been the whole thing all along. But the stakes are raised because it's divulged very early on that it's going to result, the winner of this contest, of this battle of the wills, okay, the loser will die. So we have the looming threat that if number 6 is broken, okay, it will result in his death. So yeah, this was, like I said, written and directed by Patrick McGoohan. It's pretty much just these two locked together, going head to head in a series of little theatrical pieces that walks through. In each one of these, number 2 plays the authority figure. He starts out as the father, and then it's he goes through, he's the employer, and then it ends with him being a judge. I think there's 4 pieces. And yeah, it's really bizarre. At one point, they're wearing these Eskimo glasses to prevent snow blindness, which I don't know why they're wearing them. I have no idea. It ends with the last one there is Ian McKern, is his number 2, wearing the the powdered wig thing that they do. The judge, from the British court system. And it's alleged, well, I guess it's not alleged, it's alleged that possibly Ian McKern had a heart attack during this filming of this episode, because he did have, as this is the word out there, that he had some kind of a nervous breakdown for real while they were filming this because Patrick McGoohan's so intense as a director and an actor. So yeah, anyways, there is a part in here where it is, and I don't know, maybe he says he's asking number 6 why he resigned, and number 6 said, for peace. He said, for peace of mind, because too many people know too much, I know too much. And is that really the answer? Did number 2 break him? That's the question. Do you as an audience, is that the legit answer? You know, he presses him further. He says, why did you resign? He says, I've already told you. And I was like, whoa. You know, it's been a while since I watched this, so I didn't quite remember that. But of course, this is not good enough for number 2, so he keeps pressing. Anyways, we get to the end of the episode, and essentially number 6 once again prevails, and he turns the tables, and number 2, spoiler alert, he dies. So at least it looks like he dies. You know, he's dead. At this point, like, the wall opens up and we see the supervisor that's been pretty much the supervisor throughout the entire run of the series, kind of number 2's right-hand guy. This character is played by Peter Swanwick, and he says to number 6, he says that they're going to need the body, number 2's body. And then he asked number 2 what he wants, and he says number 1. And he says, I'll take you to him. And that's where the episode ends. So this is setting up for Endgame, which is the very last episode. And yeah, it's kind of like a 2-parter in a way. Even though it's not listed as part 1, it's pretty much like a 2-part episode. Even though this was filmed in the production order number 6, you know, this series was originally only going to be 7 episodes, but it was pushed for more, and we ended up with 10 extras. So yeah, I thought this episode was brilliant. I think that it was an acting tour de force by Ian McGoohan and Patrick McGoohan, just putting those 2 guys together and just shooting them, just going at it, was pretty wild. And I think that this may be, I don't know, I really like Chimes of Big Ben a lot. That may be my favorite episode, but I don't know, this is giving it a run for its money. I think this might be my favorite episode. It really might be my favorite episode. I like this one a lot. I think this is kind of like a microcosm of what the entire show is about. And I think it's out there, and I think it's unlike almost anything else that you've ever seen on television. So anyways, as always, you can click the links to find the episode below. And I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. So next time we're going to do the finale, the end. So thanks for watching. Be seeing you.